Welcome to the Game 1 Eastern Conference Finals press conference between the North Bay Battalion and the Peterborough Petes. The Petes now lead the series at 1. Joining me now is Petes head coach Rob Wilson and Montreal Canadiens prospect Owen Beck. Coach, obviously the start to the series you wanted. What do you think of your team's performance tonight?
Well, obviously it's a game of two halves, and we had a great start. We wanted to have a fast start because we knew they played Tuesday, and we thought that they might be a little sluggish on the start, and we were able to capitalize early, which was good. I wasn't happy with our second period at all. Now, credit to North Bay. I thought North Bay really came at us and played really well, but I think we could have played a lot better than we did. And then the third, we got back to grinding, and I thought we grinded it out, and Sarah made some big saves. There were some big blocks, and I'm not going to critique the wins too much, right? Especially when you're on the road against a team like North Bay. They're a really good hockey team, and that's a big win for us.
Owen, you had a hard-fought series against Ottawa, and now you're just coming off this Game 1 win against North Bay. You now have a feel for them. How do you keep up this momentum heading into Game 2 on Sunday?
Yeah, we got to stick to our game plan here. We've played a really physical style, and we just keep getting pucks in deep and getting on the forecheck, and it's been working for us. So, we just want to keep doing that, and it's been working so far, and it's going to keep working.
Question coming in from Mike Davey of the Peterborough Examiner. Coach, what was the significance of Michael Simpson's save in the first moments of the game?
Oh, well, every save is huge, and Simmers made big ones for us, and both goaltenders on both teams have been huge for their teams this year, and they've made massive saves at the right times. And tonight, Simmer made a couple. I thought the one in the third on McDonald was outstanding, and overall, I think anytime there's a save early on, it can be a point that changes things and changes momentum, and that could have been one of those plays.
Last question coming in from Mike. How do you account for those last two periods after the first period?
Well, you never have momentum for 60 minutes, and it's how you weather the storm. In the second, we didn't weather it very good, and we knew that we were going to be up against it in the third, but I thought in the third we weathered it very well. So it was two different games for me. Like our second period, we didn't weather any of the storm, even though they got one goal, and in the third they got one goal, but we were much better and much more in our structure and much more as a team.
We're now going to open it up to the floor.
First for Coach, how important is it when you're the road team and you come into an environment like this with how hostile the crowd was to get a 3-0 lead in the first period? Just how big is that for the road team to kind of silence the crowd, and obviously it was the difference tonight?
Yeah, you know what? It's really important. Anytime you can take the crowd out of the game early, it's huge, but I got to give them credit. They weren't out of the game. As soon as they felt that North Bay were starting to get a little pressure, they were in it and they were going. So they're very loud, and I think everyone's talked about the two buildings. They're great buildings. I think they're great buildings for junior hockey, and I think the fans are on top of you, and it's a difficult place to play, and the crowd makes it that way.
And one for Owen. You got the big goal tonight, but can you just talk about your goaltender, Michael Simpson? 28 of 30 saves in the final two periods. Just, how much confidence does he give you guys back there to know that, when you're trying to press some offense, that he's going to be able to come up with those big saves in the final two periods and get you guys that victory?
Yeah, he gives us tons of confidence back there. He's been really great all season for us. He's come up huge for us in big moments, and you saw that tonight. Right at the start of the game there, he made a big save on a breakaway, and then at the end of the game, he made a cross-crease save on a backdoor one-timer there. And I think that kind of solidified the game for us. So, goaltending can make or break your playoff run, and Simmer's been great for us.
Joining us now is Kyle McDonald of the North Bay Battalion and head coach Ryan Olahan. Coach, obviously not the start to the series you wanted. What do you think of your team's overall performance tonight?
Well, I think it was kind of, just getting off to a tough start. Obviously, that was pretty much the deciding factor in the game. We just came out a little bit slow. We were watching them a little bit, and, a little bit to be expected, but I don't want to have any excuses, and I honestly give Peterborough full marks and a lot of credit for their start. They came out prepared and took advantage of a really good first period, and we just dug ourselves a little bit too big of a hole and made a push, but ultimately weren't able to get that next one.
Kyle, you've seen an Eastern Conference final here before. The crowd was extremely loud and on your side tonight. How does knowing and seeing the dedication of your fan base push your team into Game 2 on Sunday?
I think it just excites everyone in that room. Since Game 1 of these playoffs, even throughout the season, they've been so big for us, and like those big games that we do play, they're behind us. Even when we're down, they're cheering, and that really gives the room life, and it makes us really want to push hard even for them.
Coming in from Mike Davey of the Peterborough Examiner, Coach, how do you account for the last 2 periods of the game after the first?
Well, we just kind of had the message after the first of, okay, well, relieve all the pressure now and let's just focus on getting our legs going and getting our game back. I mean, that was just clearly what we wanted to try to do. And, it's sometimes that does happen, that the team that has the lead is kind of protecting it, and the team that, gets down can make those pushes. So it was good effort by our guys. I mean, it was a resilient effort, and I like some of the things that we started to kind of, do later in the game.
Coach, how much of a point of emphasis is it after you outshoot them 30-8 in the final 2 periods of play to take that as a positive as you go into Game 2 on Sunday?
For sure. I mean, there's lots of positives to be taken, and I just think the big thing, and we knew, I mean, you just look at, last series, Peterborough too, just a fast starting team. So we just got to figure out a way to be ready for puck drop. And I think as the game goes on, I've said it before, we love the depth of our team. We feel like we can skate with anybody, and that will be, something we'll try to take advantage of.
And for Kyle, just the 2 goaltenders in this series, probably the 2 best goaltenders all year long in the Ontario Hockey League. Just how much of a point of emphasis is it for your group to make sure that you're getting as much shots on Simpson as possible, making sure he doesn't see the pucks, because obviously both these goaltenders, when they see it, more times than not, they're going to make the saves.
I think it just goes to show how good those 2 are, because it's going to be really hard to score and get those chances. It's like it talks to us too to have to bear down all your chances, hit the net when you can, and really throw everything at him. And we did today, and he played really well. Kudos to him, and Don played really well too. It's just a tough first period.